The helpful neighbor. In a small, peaceful town called Willow Creek, people lived quiet lives. The houses were not too big, and the streets were lined with old trees that gave shade in the summer. Children played in their front yards, birds sang every morning, and neighbors greeted each other with warm smiles. In the middle of this lovely town lived a man named Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom was a kind, quiet man in his 60s. He had gray hair, wore glasses, and always dressed in clean clothes. He lived alone in a small white house with a red door. People often saw him watering his garden, fixing things around his house, or walking to the nearby store with a smile on his face. But Mr. Tom was more than just a nice man. He was known by everyone in the town as the helpful neighbor. Whenever someone needed help, Mr. Tom was there, without being asked. If a storm blew down branches, he would clean them. If someone's car didn't start, he would bring his tools. If an old lady needed groceries, he would offer to carry them. One morning in spring, a new family moved into the yellow house next to Mr. Tom's. The family was small, a father, a mother, and a little girl about 6 years old. The father's name was Daniel, the mother's name was Grace, and their daughter was Lily. They had moved from the city to Willow Creek to enjoy a quieter life. Mr. Tom saw the moving truck arrive. Without waiting, he put on his work gloves and walked over. Daniel was lifting a heavy box and sweating in the sun. "Good morning," said Mr. Tom cheerfully. "Need a hand?" Daniel looked surprised but smiled. "Oh, thank you, sir. That would be great." Mr. Tom didn't waste time. He began lifting boxes, helping set up the furniture, and even fixing a broken table leg. Grace brought out lemonade, and they all sat together for a break. "You really didn't have to help us," Grace said kindly. "I enjoy helping," Mr. Tom said with a warm smile. "And I'm happy to have new neighbors." From that day on, Mr. Tom became like family to them. Every morning, Lily waved at Mr. Tom from her window, and he waved back. Sometimes she would walk over and help him water the flowers. Mr. Tom taught her the names of the flowers and how to care for them. Lily loved those little moments and began calling him Grandpa Tom. Daniel and Grace were busy with work. Daniel worked in the nearby town, and Grace was a nurse at the small clinic. Often, when they came home late, they found their trash bins already taken in or their front yard cleaned up. "I feel like he has a heart of gold," Grace said one night. "He really does," Daniel replied. "I don't know how he has so much energy." Mr. Tom's kindness didn't stop at small favors. One rainy day, the electricity went out in several homes. Most families didn't know what to do. Mr. Tom grabbed his flashlight and walked from house to house, checking on people. He helped an elderly couple find candles and made sure their heater was safe. "You're an angel, Tom," the old woman said. "I'm just your neighbor," he replied with a gentle laugh. But things began to change that summer. Mr. Tom started walking slower. He coughed more than usual. One day, he fainted while fixing his fence. Lily saw him and screamed. Daniel rushed over and called an ambulance. Mr. Tom was taken to the hospital, and everyone in the neighborhood waited nervously for news. The doctor later said it was a heart problem. Mr. Tom needed rest and medicine. He couldn't do any heavy work for a while. When he returned home, the town seemed different to him. He had always been the one helping others. Now, he had to sit, rest, and let others help him. At first, Mr. Tom didn't ask for anything. He stayed quiet and didn't want to trouble others. But the people of Willow Creek remembered everything he had done for them. One by one, they started showing up. Daniel mowed Mr. Tom's lawn every weekend. Grace brought him warm soup and medicine. Lily came by after school to read him stories and bring him flowers from his own garden. Other neighbors joined in too. The old couple he helped during the power outage brought him homemade bread. A young man he once helped fix a bike now ran errands for him. The whole neighborhood took turns making sure Mr. Tom had company, meals, and everything he needed. "You were always there for us, Mr. Tom," said Grace one day. "Now it's our turn." Tears filled Mr. Tom's eyes. He never expected anything in return. His heart, though weak, felt full. The kindness Mr. Tom had given didn't just stay with him. It spread through the town like sunlight. People who once only waved at each other now stopped to talk. Neighbors helped one another more. Children began visiting older people and asking how they could help. One day, the mayor of Willow Creek visited Mr. Tom. "We are planning something special," he said. "We want to name the park after you." Mr. Tom laughed. "I don't need that." "But we do," the mayor said. "You taught us how to be better neighbors." A few months later, the town gathered for a big event. A sign was placed at the entrance of the park, "Tom's Garden," in honor of our helpful neighbor. The whole town clapped. Mr. Tom, sitting in a chair with Lily holding his hand, smiled. "It's beautiful," he whispered. Years passed. Mr. Tom grew older and weaker. But he lived long enough to see Willow Creek become the kindest town in the area. People from other places visited and said they could feel the difference. There was peace, warmth, and respect. One quiet evening, Mr. Tom passed away in his sleep. The town mourned. But they didn't mourn with only sadness. They remembered his life with love. A big tree was planted in the center of the park in his honor. Beneath it, a stone read, "Kindness never dies. It lives in every helping hand and every loving heart." "Thank you, Mr. Tom." Lily was 12 when Mr. Tom passed. She cried the day he died but smiled the next morning. She had made a promise to him. "I'll keep helping others, Grandpa Tom," she said. And she did. She helped carry books for classmates, planted flowers for the school, and visited sick neighbors. She often wore a small sunflower pin that Mr. Tom had once given her. As she grew older, she became known as someone who always helped, just like Mr. Tom. Years later, when she became a teacher, she told her students stories about her Grandpa Tom. Every year, she took her class to Tom's Garden to talk about kindness. Mr. Tom was just one man. He didn't have riches or power. But he had something greater, a kind heart. He didn't help for fame. He didn't expect praise. He helped because it was the right thing to do. And because of that, a whole town changed. So whenever someone in Willow Creek helps a stranger, gives to the poor, or offers a warm smile, they say, "That's something Mr. Tom would do." And in that way, the helpful neighbor never really left.